Hello everyone, Magic Michael Davids from Bouffant Delacroix. How are you? This is the follow-up video to the Middy haircut, which is the modern Middy or the layered Middy haircut. And we're going to be showing you guys how to set it in a wet set style. It's going to be a very basic one for people who are just getting started, but it's a never fail technique. It really works, just like a basic cake mix. To see our last video, I've popped it down in the links below, so just go and check that out. Also, we have our fabulous poison apple setting spray that we're going to be using today, as well as the poison apple, toffee apple pomade, all available online, and the links will also be down below. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell beside it. That way you'll get informed when I bring out some more videos, and I also get lots of likes and stuff, so everyone wins. Okay, now let's get started. And welcome back to the salon, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for that marvelous introduction from me. Now, as I said, today we're going to be showing you how to do a wet set on a Middy haircut, sort of between a baby Middy and a proper Middy. But I thought this is a really good length. When we're doing a wet set, basically you want the hair sopping wet to begin with. People have different views. Some people say sort of partially dry, but in my opinion, if you sort of partially dry it, you allow the hair to separate. That's probably not a good thing. Reason being, if you grab the hair and it's sopping wet and it looks really, really straight and sleek and shiny like a ribbon, and then you wrap that around the roller, it's going to dry like that. So you're going to get this beautiful glossy ribbon look. Whereas if you partially dry it and then wrap it around the rollers, you're going to sort of get more of a fluffy curl. So anyway, for today's tutorial, we're going to be needing Dolly. I've already given her a shampoo. Here's what she looked like before. And that was the Middy haircut that we did last time, or the modified Middy with layers. Also, what you will be needing a water spray, one of these funky little things that keeps on spraying after you pull the trigger. You're going to need a tail comb. These are called Swiss rollers. We get these in Australia. Depending whereabouts you are in the world, you will have a variation on this sort of roller. It's like a little cage with like a baby little brush just curled up in there and fell asleep. They're probably about 2.5 to 3 centimeters wide. Some pins, so you can pin the rollers in place. Poison apple setting spray, magnificent stuff. Get your hands on some, available online now. Poison apple, toffee apple pomade, which is just divine. It smells just like toffee apple. It's stunning. Oh, excuse me. Please excuse me. It was not me. It was my food. It got so lonely down below. It just popped up to say hello. So today we're not going to be doing anything outrageous, no like incredible, weird, difficult setting pattern. We're just going to do a traditional set, which means right down the center, a few rollers down there to the back of the crown, and then some on the sides, and then we'll brick pattern the rest of the rollers around the bottom of the head. However, I have a surprise for you guys today. We're going to be using this thing that I got off eBay recently. It was very exciting. The Lady Sunbeam, and it comes in its original box as well. We'll be taking her out a little bit later. I don't know, why are all old like machine things stinky? But they still work, don't they? All the stuff we buy nowadays just breaks down in 2 years. This thing here is like 500 years old and it runs like the day it was bought. Now, the first section that you are going to take is going to be no wider than your roller. Otherwise, hair falls off the sides. There we go, so part at either side, that's pretty centered, isn't it? And then take probably about a 2.5 centimeter section across, pull the hair right up like that, keeping it really, really nice and tight. That's very important because if the hair's slack, you're not going to get a nice curl. And then get our poison apple and do a few pumps of that.
Today's presentation is brought to you by Poison Apple Setting Spray. Perfect for your vintage styling. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell button.
while we've got this nice and tight, get our roller, there. Grab our roller and then slide it around, holding the hair in place with your fingers nice and tight. Use your towel comb and kick those ends under, like that, and keep on smoothing it under, and then all the way down to the scalp. We're doing an on base roller, which means the roller actually sits directly on top of the section that you've taken. Just pop a pin through there. Lovely, easy. You guys can do that, can't you? Of course you can. Again, take the section here, that, bring it forward a little bit, poison apple hairspray, and then wrap it around the roller again, keeping your fingers tight, tucking the ends under with your towel comb. This makes sure that we don't get any stray ends, which I call fishhook ends. You guys might call it something else, but they actually end up making the hair really frizzy and it ends up being a real hindrance and it's not very pleasant looking.
As you can see, Magic Michael is making a line down the top of his model's head. In total of 5 rollers, this will add volume to the top of the style when combed out.
See, just a few through the top. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 through the top there. You may need more or less depending on the size of your head or your client's head. Now we're going to move on to the sides and then just do a few rollers here and a few rollers there. Then we're going to move all the way around the back in a brick pattern. So I like to start close to the front. Grab the size that you need. Now I know a lot of people have probably got their own way of doing this. However, I'm just showing you a really nice basic way to do it, and then maybe in further tutorials we can move on to doing some different things. That's if you're well behaved. There we go, nice and wet, remember, because we want that hair to be ribbon smooth. That's what my old college teacher used to say when I was younger. And I hope she's not watching. She was a horrible old bat. And she used to be like, Michael, make sure the hair is ribbon smooth for a perfect set. Thank you. There we go. So we've got the rollers down the top and then 2 on each side. Now we're going to start moving around the head.
Now, Magic Michael is working his way around the model's head, taking each section at a time, taking the sections up and then rolling the rollers down into the hairstyle. You can see he's actually working around in the opposite direction to complete this style in a brick patterned fashion.
There we go. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? The promises that are awaiting us, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, have a look at that. So we got our top ones going down there, a few on the side, and then we go around. I know I said brick pattern, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but as long as some of the rollers overlapping the joins in the other rollers, you're just going to get that coverage. So that's basically what it is. And now for the big reveal. Are you ready? The professional type hairdryer with remote controller. I don't think that came with it. With a remote controller by Lady Sunbeam. Oh, does this have a date on it? No. No date. I think it's got a manual in there. Should we take it out of the box?
Yes!
Let's say yes. Yes! Of course we should. Oh. Ooh, look at her. Isn't she absolutely beautiful? She looks like candy floss or fairy floss maker, doesn't she? All right, let's open this beautiful piece of machinery up. Look at that. What stinks. We've got this little cord here that comes out, an off switch, a cool switch, a low, medium, high. Of course, we're going to go for high. Let's get Dolly and chuck her under there. I think we'll leave her under there for about 45 minutes and then we'll check her. See you guys back in 45 minutes.
To complete your beauty care, choose the Lady Sunbeam, as seen right here in the picture, and how to use this wonderful piece of modern machinery. Lady Sunbeam hair dryers. Modern hair styling plays an important part in the perfect grooming essential to all women. Business girls, professional women, and housewives. Extra comfort whilst you dry your hair, sit and relax. Read a book, write letters, knit, or apply your nail enamel. Your hairstyle will be sufficiently dried and correct. The finished results will be as you want them. Go to your office, meet your family, entertain your friends. Your hair is perfectly groomed. Only Lady Sunbeam assures carefree, relaxed, home hair drying. Lady Sunbeam. Available now.
Hello. And Dolly, I think, is dry. Now, let's take her out from underneath here. Now, always make sure that you check your rollers, because if they're a tiny little bit wet, the whole style can fall out. Okay, let's have a look. Perfect, beautiful. Now, always leave the hair to cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Welcome back. That was quick, wasn't it? All right, okay, now when we comb out hair, she's nice and cool now. When we comb out hair, I like to start from the bottom, because if you start from the top, this hair falls down over the top of the rollers that you then have to take out. Not fun. So if you start from the bottom and work your way up, works a lot better. So take these rollers out like that, and I actually like to tease the hair as I am taking the rollers out. There we go. Don't be afraid to put a lot of teasing in there, because the heat, with the water, the setting spray and the heat has basically activated the hair's memory, and it will hold the curl beautifully, even when you brush it out. So I pack it in nice and tightly at the roots, and then just sort of frizz it out towards the ends. It actually looks quite shocking as you're teasing, it just looks like a big mess. But trust me, it will comb out and look beautifully and look beautiful.
Fortunately, not the finished result. The brutal act of teasing one's hair is positively frightful in appearance. One must ensure to execute this process in the absence of her husband to avoid inflicting visual traumatization.
How cool is Little Miss Sunshine, by the way? I bought her from eBay. I think it was only like $50 or something like that. And well, why not? And I bought it, and she's fantastic. I also know that you can get these overhead dryers that have got plastic floppy hoods, sort of like a raincoat. And they're probably a little bit better if you're just using it at home. If you've got like a lazy night in with a glass of wine or a hot chocolate. You can just sit there with it on your head and do some knitting. Who am I kidding? Watch Netflix. She looks like Sideshow Bob, doesn't she? And Mrs. McDonald. Now I might give her a part. What do you guys reckon? I might do her over this way. I quite like that side. So when you're doing a part, establish where you want it to be parted. And I'm just taking out the 5th roller in the back here. I'll probably take out the fourth and third one as well. Just leave enough hair, so just around this front section, just to do what I like to call the kiss wave. There we go. Now remember, this is the layered Middy, the modified Middy, so that's why we've got our short hair up the top here. Could you imagine if you left your client like this? They would be so cross. Now what we want to do, I actually love this brush. It's a, it's got these bristles in there. I think they might be boar bristles, sorry. And then they've got these little plastic spokes, but I just find it really nice to brush out with. So just start on the top sections, like that, and just smooth the top down, but don't brush out the teasing underneath. Oh, she's starting to look beautiful. Look at that, isn't that cute? I find whenever you're brushing out wet sets, or vintage styles for that matter, it's, you know, you can have an idea in your head of what you would like to achieve. However, the hair does seem to be a little bit stubborn. It will sort of tell you what it wants to do. Sort of like owning a cat, but on your head. Now this is the fun part. I might just grab my comb. You can use your hands. I might just grab a little bit of my pomade. Delicious. Okay, rub that in your hands. Just work it through the hair. Use the back of your hand, like this, and hold the hair where you want it to sit as you comb the rest of it. See how that sort of just put that little wave in there? Even just push that ridge up a little bit like that. So she's sitting beautifully. May as well. Wet sets are actually really beautiful. I actually prefer them to heat sets. Again, just using the back of our hand like that. Gently guiding that in place. Gently guiding it in the same way my father gently guided me to play football when I was younger. Alright, now let's just gently smooth this around in the other direction.
With the concentration, determination that rivals a woman's desire to maintain her husband's comfortable lifestyle, despite the fact she would secretly like to assault him violently in the genital region, she too uses this very often overlooked power to effortlessly manipulate the waves of her stubborn hair into a smooth and beautiful structure.
So we get this hair and just curl that under there.
Smoothing the back and lower part of the style can prove to be very tricky. If you require help in such departments, why not try inviting the milkman in to assist in this task and various other recreational activities.
Now, while that's sitting, isn't she lovely? Her shit on her face like that. We're just going to tease out the last of the rollers on top to get our kiss wave. And then we're done. Now we just brush this out, get a little bit more of my poison apple, toffee apple pomade, slick that through the hair. We'll brush through just the top layer of the hair and don't comb all the way through the teasing, otherwise you'll lose the volume. You want just the right amount that way and just the right amount of this that way and the right amount of that way. Like magic. There we go. Should we take out some of these clips? Yeah? Yes! Okay, great. And there she is, Dolly with her wet set, sitting underneath Little Miss Sunshine over there, the dryer. And that has been done in a layered Middy or a modified Middy. And what a stunning, stunning style that is. Pity about Dolly, she's a little bit haggard and that. I promise I'll get some better ones in the future. Thank you so much guys for watching. Again, make sure you like and subscribe, and this was brought to you by Poison Apple Hair Setting Spray. This was my little creation, I do love her. Oh yes, I would love to hear what you guys would like to see next. Please comment on the section down below. Where else would it be? It wouldn't be above, would it? Never has been. I will try my best to recreate or create new designs and techniques and skills for you guys to learn from. I'm Magic Michael Davids from Bouffant, Delacroix and Poison Apple, and I will see you next time.